E-105 Zeta rescue complete. Units remaining. Gamma. Beta.
Hello everyone, I am Third Mario Brother. Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Adventure. In the last episode, we saved some of the E-Series robots, and now we've only got two left, which is Beta, who headed over in this direction, and Gamma, which is ourselves. So let's go over there and liberate the last of our friends, and finish up Gamma's story. Welcome to the final boss of Gamma's story, which is E-101 Mark II. I guess Beta is out of his beta stage. Anyway, this is the only real boss in Gamma's story that can provide somewhat of a challenge, and I really, really like this boss. I so wish that some of the other E-Series fights were a lot more like this, in that they have their own unique attack patterns and such, because, ooh, I missed a chance to attack him there, dang. Because this is really fun, and he has so much going on, and it's just such a cool concept that you're fighting such an advanced robot. Anyway, yeah, E-101 Mark II will not be destroyed simply by mashing the attack button over and over or shooting missiles willy-nilly. What you have to do is wait until he charges at you with that rainbow charge thing and then shoot him from behind, because otherwise he's smart enough to just deflect them. Yes, those changes or upgrades that he was undergoing earlier are quite useful for him. Because now, not only does he have these missiles, not only does he have the ability to deflect our missiles, but he has that giant laser of death. As the fight goes on, you do more damage to him. He'll be shooting more missiles. He'll take more time before giving you another opportunity to attack him, and he'll shoot more lasers and all that kind of good stuff. So it gets more difficult as the fight goes on. Really, it's just a handful of simple patterns that you have to memorize. Like right here, you can just run in a circle and you'll be totally fine. And if Gamma changes into drive mode or whatever, where he turns into that little car thing, it becomes even easier because he moves even faster. With these missiles, you can either destroy them or just sort of run around until they destroy themselves, which is usually what I do, because it's a little bit difficult, honestly, to get them all in one go. But anyway, once you hit him 4 times, I believe, E-101 Beta Mark II is done, and that marks the end of Gamma's story.
Mission complete.
And yes, that is E-102 Gamma's story. It's probably my, in terms of storyline, in terms of plot, it's probably my favorite one in the entire game. Now, when I was little, I used to think the end of Gamma's story was incredibly sad because he gave his life to, rescue or liberate all of his friends. And I'm sure I'll admit to it, it made me cry a couple of times. Now I cry when I see that for an entirely different reason, because it's not actually a sad ending. If you think about it for a little bit, the reason that Gamma had a change of heart when he came into contact with Amy and the birdie is because when he saw the birdie, it brought the forefront of the animal that composed him's consciousness to light. Let me reword that in something that makes sense to anybody at all on the planet. That didn't even make sense to me. Gamma, just like all the other Badniks that Robotnik has created, has at his core an animal that was once free. Gamma was not born Gamma. In the beginning, when Gamma was being turned on for the first time, that was his first experience with the identity of Gamma. That was his first experience with the memories of his animal life erased. However, when he saw that blue birdie, he remembered who he was, and his consciousness was altered. He earned a conscience at that point. And so, in destroying all of his E-Series friends, he wasn't just eradicating them from the face of the Earth or anything like that. He was actually setting their animal bodies inside of them free. And when he was destroyed at the end, and after he destroyed Beta, Beta was the gray birdie, and Gamma was the pink birdie. And it's so much more satisfying playing Gamma's story after Amy's, because with Amy's, the birdie's family is just sort of there on the egg carrier, and you have no idea why. But when you play through Gamma's story, you understand that when Amy gets there, it's immediately after Gamma destroys Beta and is destroyed himself. Because as you can see, the pink birdie was freed and the gray birdie was freed, so they were there to meet Amy and the blue birdie at the end of her story. And really, I know I haven't done it verbal justice or anything, but I really, really love Gamma's story. It's so deep and it's so meaningful and it's so interesting, even though it doesn't really have too much of a bearing on the main story with Chaos and all that. I love it, and it's done so well without, like, too much dialogue or anything, especially after Gamma is separated from Eggman, because while Eggman's there's a cutscene every 5 seconds, but afterward, not so much. Anyway, I really love Gamma's gameplay as well. It's really different from all the other ones. Biggs was as well, that wasn't necessarily a compliment to it. Gamma's is great. It's really action-packed, and it's really fun. It's fun racking up all the combos and destroying a whole bunch of badniks and scenery all at once, and it just feels really satisfying, you know? I know there are some people who didn't like it, and I know there are some people who especially didn't like it in Sonic Adventure 2 because of the way the story is structured there, where it's, in order to play Sonic's levels, or, say, Knuckles' levels, you have to play through some of the levels that are, that have the same gameplay as Gamma's here. I don't think it's a big deal there, because I enjoy it, and I enjoy it here, so I guess I'm a little bit biased in that way. Anyway, yeah, that was the last normal story of Sonic Adventure. So the game's over now, right? Not quite. What happened to Chaos? I know that Knuckles got all the 6 Chaos Emeralds back, but it was never explicitly stated that Chaos was done for. That's right, we have a little bit more to go in this game. If you know anything about Sonic games from Sonic Adventure and onward, there's usually a last story that takes you by surprise, or non-surprise, I suppose, if you're prepared for it. Indeed, we are not quite done with Sonic Adventure. After playing through all the 6 stories, you unlock one more. And so, I would like to thank you all very much for watching Gamma's story, and I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did, whether it was the plot or the gameplay or whatever. And I will see you guys next time, where we finish up the game with the final story. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys then.